Okay, guys, we're going to go to a scruff, and this one's a little for Smiler. Salute to you, my little kid. And let's have a look. Call him Smiler because he's the happiest kid that I know. Oh, he is. Every time you see him, he's beaming. He's as happy as the day is long. He is. He's lovely. Anyway, sorry. Hi, Scruff. Do you usually let stop loss plates roll, or are you sharp enough to usually kill the loss most of the time before comes into play? I realise stop losses protect the account, but with Madness, it's often if you hit 5, it overwrites previous wins. This is something I'm still struggling with to minimise the loss. Okay. First of all, establish what the stop loss is all about. A stop loss has one primary job. One. For me, it has nothing to do with the trade. Zero. So I don't even consider it as part of the trade. All it's there for is if that's hit, it protects the account. That's it. All right. If I start trying to force the stop loss into a trade criteria, in other words, 10 pips stop for a 20 pip win, I'm probably going to get ripped a new one all the time. Okay. Now I have to ask the question, from point of entry to stop, is it worth it? Because you should know roughly how much that costs, and it's very easy to calculate. Point of entry, point of exit, whatever the distance is, times the buy position size, that's how much it costs. If it's too much to bear, you either reduce the position size or don't take the trade, period. All right. So that's the first element. The next element is your trade. Now, you'll have position 1, and then it runs into the stop. And as you go staging to the stop, the exposure reduces. So therefore, going into market should cost you less than going 100% to market. However, if you're letting a trade run and most of your trades, now this is the crucial point, most of your trades, you're nailing it on the head and it's running straight to target, well, then I'd be questioning how wide the stop is, but also, do you actually need to stage in the first place? Now, if most of your trades go against you for a certain period of time, and then they run off to target, you should be able to work out where your optimum entry point is, and then base the stop on a one-to-one basis from that optimum point. If you can do it that way, you'll find that your losses are far less. And then lastly, I work on what's called a box of pain. So I essentially have 2 stops. As soon as it goes into the box of pain or position 5 is triggered, the only thing that's in my mind is get out of this trade. Just get out. So I'm either relying on the bounce to get out, or I'll just make the conscious choice. Do you know something? This ain't right. I'll just kill it off. And when you're in the squad and kind of show you my statements and everything, because I do show the live statements to them, just to kind of let them follow a journey through, the losses are very small because I'm disciplined enough to know that if it's wrong, I'll kill it. And that's why I often I can go to market without a stop loss, and it doesn't bother me because I actually know where I'll get out. But if I ever leave the screen, I will always have the stop in. I'll always have it. And it'll be based on the box of pain. So I hope that helps. Again, it's something more we'll do in the squad. Drop in the lives and you'll see it, and we'll discuss it in the Q&As, etc. And hopefully we'll get you better. But I've watched your journey, and it has gone from here to here. And watching you get your payouts was fantastic. So keep it going, son. Keep smiling. Love you as always. See you later.